Long before a certain boy wizard arrived at a certain school of magic and became a global phenomenon, there was a clumsy girl on a broomstick. She kept crashing it. She kept getting her spells wrong. She kept turning her classmates into things they were not supposed to be. Her name was Mildred Hubble, and she was, without any doubt, the worst witch at Miss Cackle's Academy for Witches. The 1986 television film of The Worst Witch is one of those productions that has quietly refused to be forgotten. It is low budget, occasionally very strange, and features one of the most gloriously unhinged musical numbers in the history of children's television. And it has been charming audiences every Halloween for nearly 40 years. The film was based on the first book in a series by Jill Murphy, published in 1974. Murphy wrote and illustrated all 8 books herself, and the series sold millions of copies worldwide. The story follows Mildred Hubble, a pupil at Miss Cackle's Academy for Witches, who tries her very best and gets almost everything wrong. The film was produced by Central Television and aired on the 1st of November 1986. The screenplay was written by Mary Plachette Willis, and the director was Robert W. Young. It was shot almost entirely at St Michael's College in Tenbury Wells, Worcestershire. The building, with its Gothic stone towers and long dark corridors, needed very little dressing to feel like a school for witches. It is exactly the kind of place that looks as though something magical, or something quite frightening, might happen around the next corner. The school colours were changed from the book's black and grey to black and orange, a nod to the Halloween setting. A broomstick trainer called Madam Spellbinder was added, and the whole thing was given a musical dimension with songs that range from sweetly charming to magnificently, memorably peculiar. Mildred Hubble is having a terrible time at Miss Cackle's Academy. She cannot ride her broomstick without crashing it. Her spells go wrong. Her cat, a tabby called Tabby, is hopeless at flying. And her fellow pupil Ethel Hallow, the class's star student and resident bully, is always lurking nearby to make things worse. When Ethel puts a curse on Mildred's broomstick just before the school's big Halloween flying display, Mildred makes a complete mess of the performance in front of the Grand Wizard, the most important figure in the entire witch world. She is humiliated. She runs away from the school, but running away turns out to be the best thing she could have done. Because in the forest near the academy, she stumbles upon a group of evil witches, led by Agatha Cackle, the villainous identical twin sister of the school's headmistress, Miss Amelia Cackle. Agatha and her coven have a plan to take over the academy during the Halloween celebrations and turn all its witches into toads. Mildred, the worst witch at the school, is the only one who can stop them. And somehow, against all expectations, including her own, she does. The casting is one of the great pleasures of this film. It is a proper ensemble, and everyone in it seems to be genuinely enjoying themselves. Fairuza Balk plays Mildred. She was 12 years old when the film was made, and she had already had one remarkable credit on her shortlist. Just the year before, she had been chosen from over 1,200 girls to play Dorothy Gale in Disney's Return to Oz. That film was darker and stranger than people expected, and Balk carried it with quiet, determined charm. She brings exactly the same quality to Mildred. There is a stubbornness to her, Mildred, a refusal to give up even when everything is going wrong that makes you want her to succeed. Diana Rigg plays Miss Hardbroom, the deputy headmistress. Rigg was already a legend by this point. She had played Emma Peel in The Avengers in the 1960s and was one of the most commanding presences in British drama. As Miss Hardbroom, she is glacially stern. Every line she delivers feels like it has been cut from ice. She is exactly what a terrifying schoolmistress should be. Charlotte Rae plays both Miss Amelia Cackle, the kindly headmistress, and Agatha, her malevolent twin. Rae was well known in America for her role as the warm Mrs. Garrett in the long-running sitcom The Facts of Life. Playing a cackling villain in a pointy hat was rather a different assignment, and she throws herself into it with visible delight. And then there is Tim Curry. Tim Curry plays the Grand Wizard, the most important and admired figure in the witch world, who arrives at Miss Cackle's academy for the Halloween celebrations. And then he sings. The song is called Anything Can Happen on Halloween, and it is extraordinary. It is a full production number, filmed against a swirling backdrop of psychedelic imagery and laser effects that look like they belong in a completely different film. Curry throws himself into it with a kind of committed, full-throated enthusiasm that only he could bring to a children's Halloween special. It is campy. It is exuberant. It is completely unlike anything around it. And it has become, for a very devoted audience, one of the most beloved things he ever did. Curry was already well known for the Rocky Horror Picture Show and for his stage work. He would go on to play Pennywise, the clown, in the 1990 television adaptation of Stephen King's It, cementing his reputation as the king of cheerfully terrifying performances. The Grand Wizard is a different creature entirely, but the same quality is there. A performer who commits absolutely, holds nothing back, and makes it impossible to look anywhere else. The songs were written by Charles Strouse and Don Black, a pairing with serious musical theatre credentials. Strouse had composed Annie. Black had written the lyrics for Born Free and many other celebrated songs. Their work here ranges from the gentle opening and closing number Growing Up Isn't Easy, performed by West End star Bonnie Langford, to the full Halloween spectacle that Curry delivers. The film aired on ITV on Halloween night and was a hit. In America, it was broadcast on HBO, introducing Mildred, Miss Hardbroom and the Grand Wizard to a transatlantic audience. Its reputation has only grown since. Every Halloween, a new generation discovers it. The Tim Curry number gets shared online. People who first saw it as children in the late 1980s show it to their own children now. It has become one of those seasonal fixtures that people return to not because it is perfect, but because it feels like part of Halloween itself. The book series it was based on continued for decades. A television series ran from 1998 to 2001. A new series launched in 2017 and ran until 2022, introducing the story to yet another generation. The stage musical adaptation won an Olivier Award, and through all of it, the 1986 film has kept its place. The wobbly special effects, the laser show production number, the 12-year-old American girl playing a British schoolgirl with complete conviction, and Diana Rigg, still making grown adults feel slightly nervous.